This is the story of how 2 teaspoons of poison can be fatal. So this is Maya. She's about to drink something that'll end up changing everything. You see, Maya's a 46-year-old woman, a mother, a wife, the kind of person who worries about making dinner on time and whether her kids are safe walking home from school. But one hot afternoon, something inside her breaks. She just had the worst argument of her life with her family, screaming, crying, doors slamming. And in the middle of that storm, she did something she'd never done before. She storms into her room, grabs a bottle from a dusty shelf, a bottle filled with toxic weed killer, a potent herbicide that her husband used on the family farm, one of the deadliest on earth. And without thinking twice, she unscrewed the cap and drank it. Within minutes, her body was on fire. Her throat burned like acid. She doesn't tell anyone. A short while goes by, and then she starts to have projectile vomiting. She feels dizzy. Her entire body is now aching, and she faints. So Maya's family rush her to the hospital. On arrival, she seems to have come round. She quickly confesses to drinking the blue liquid. Initially, she looks okay. She's alert and orientated. Her GCS is 15, and her vital signs are within normal limits, with a blood pressure of 125/80, a pulse of 70, respiratory rate of 24, and normal temperature. Her oxygen saturations are normal, and initially examination findings are unremarkable. But the doctors know they have little time, and they get to work straight away. They try to wash out the poison. They perform gastric lavage, flushing her stomach contents out through a tube, hoping to reduce how much pesticide was absorbed. And they administer activated charcoal, hoping it'll absorb the poison. Doctors also start intravenous methylprednisolone, a steroid, hoping to blunt the severe inflammation the pesticide causes. And she's admitted to the intensive care unit for close monitoring and further management. She receives antibiotics, antiemetics, and intravenous fluids. Nutritional support is provided and a catheter placed to monitor urine output. She receives hemodialysis and hemoperfusion to help eliminate harmful solutes. But there's a big problem. The pesticide is so toxic that despite the aggressive management, she soon begins to deteriorate. The toxicity caused by this agricultural chemical is due to the generation of reactive oxygen species, including hydrogen peroxide and superoxide anions. Essentially, it steals electrons from molecules like NADPH. These stolen electrons get dumped onto oxygen, creating reactive oxygen species. This leads to widespread tissue damage. By day 2, her condition is a lot worse. She's developed jaundice. Her skin and eyes turn yellow as her liver began failing. She's complaining of worsening shortness of breath. Doctors look in her mouth and see multiple ulcers on her tongue. Her organs are starting to fail, including her liver, kidneys, heart, and lungs. Pulmonary damage occurs as the chemical accumulates in her lungs. The process of lung fibrosis is taking place, and soon she goes into respiratory failure. She's short of breath, cyanosed, and her oxygen saturations are dropping. A chest X-ray shows signs of acute respiratory distress syndrome. Despite treatment with hemodialysis, antioxidants, and other medicines, her condition does not improve. By this time, her lungs are stiff from fibrosis. She could barely draw a breath. Her kidneys produce less and less urine. Toxins have built up in her blood, and her liver fails entirely. She goes into progressive multi-organ failure, and sadly, she ends up not making it.